Welcome back to another episode of Chair Shots and Chit Chats, where we talk everything WWE. As you can see, my co-host CE is not here, but I myself am Paco. Today we're going to talk about a couple of different things, so let's get to it. Before we start, I did want to kind of do a social experiment. If you can comment down below where you fell off. I know this is an episode where it's just me, so I'm not going to have any bantering back and forth. So just put a timestamp down there where you kind of fell off or you started losing interest. Like that, it lets us know what it is that we should be talking about less of or talking about more of. And of course, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button if you like the content that you're watching. That brings me to our next point. Performers and individuals from NXT that are being called up or have been called up that are not just outperforming, but are being talked about on a weekly basis. Not just by WWE, not just by commentators, not just by YouTubers and podcasters like us, but by casual fans. WWE NXT talent that has been called up recently that we need to give not just honorable mentions, but give their flowers. Braun Breaker being probably at the top of the list. Braun Breaker has been called up for a while now, but he needs to be giving his flowers. Carmelo Hayes, Lyra Valkyria, Roxanne Perez. I have the same last name. I don't know why I'm Roxanne Perez. That's how you say it. People who are taking my advice and outperforming and outshining everybody in there. And this is where it would be amazing to have CE here, because he is one of those guys that does dive himself into wrestling, does dive himself into WWE, and he knows a lot about NXT, LFG, Raw, SmackDowns, and not just those platforms, but the ones that the history of wrestling. He is the one to give him credit that gives me the talking points for the week, and the fact that he is giving me things that he knows I'm going to be able to talk about as a casual fan is a testament to what Triple H is doing with NXT and has been doing with NXT. Has been able to develop talent in a way that once they come to the main roster, they're not stuck in the low to mid cards. They're not stuck in jobber positions trying to build a name for themselves. They're not stuck in losing roles week over week. Because once they come to the to Raw or to SmackDown, they come here ready to demolish the competition, demolish the haters, and you see this in everyone that we've talked about. If you look at the Shield, they came in from NXT, literally demolishing everything. And you have two of those individuals in the Shield with Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, who are literally at the top of their game. You could argue the same for Dean Ambrose if he wasn't at a competition. That being said, we go to Braun Breaker, and the way they are building talent in NXT makes it to where it's a credible thing to when they come here to the main roster. It is you feel that they have a chance. We had Stephanie Vaquer 2 weeks ago go head to head with the women's champion and you actually thought that she might win. You actually thought that she might win. She might hold the NXT title and the women's champion. A champion that didn't win it at the WrestleMania, but defended against two different individuals in Rhea Ripley and the EST. I forgot her name. I can't believe I forgot her name. But defended against two different people. It made you feel like it was credible for her to actually win the title. You can't see that 5-10 years ago. That was unprecedented for somebody to come like that. Individuals like Gunther, which they pointed out yesterday, has been a champion for 80% of his time in the WWE. I don't know how to give more roses. I don't know if it's just Triple H for having the foresight to do this, or Shawn Michaels for being able to develop the talent, or the whole NXT team for being able to pull off some of the things that they've been able to pull off in the last 15 years. It is evident moving into the foresight of NXT that it is beneficial to have a developmental brand. Whether you are a company like WWE or like AEW. And you see that in AEW because they're having to pull from the indies. WWE doesn't have indies. Their indies is NXT. And although they do pull from the indies because individuals continue to get themselves over in the indie scenes, it is not a necessity for them. Because they're developing. They are recruiting from college level to get individuals who are athletes, who are performers, to be able to breed their own talent. So much so, which it might be or it might not be, you see other sports like MMA, like UFC, doing this now. They're partnering up with smaller promotions to get a pool of talent, or they're creating smaller promotions so they can get a pool of up and coming talent to be able to pick from. I don't know what else to say about this. I would love for CE to be here. Actually, if you want to tell me in the comments what you think is, if you even think it is beneficial, if you notice the benefits, or some of the things that I'm missing, because I'm sure I'm missing a lot of talking points that we could be pointing out on the benefits and on the stars that have come out of NXT. Please let me know. With that being said, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, leave all your thoughts in the comments. Let me know how I did here in this video about myself. Peace.